Happy Friday, everybody. Just responding to the inbox, a lot of people um, are saying their credit score has dropped and they don't know why. So we're going to go over managing your credit score. It's one thing building credit, but managing it is a whole different ball game. So we're going to start from the top. Payment history, which is 35% of your credit score. How to maintain that payment history. Once again, auto deduct is always a good way to keep your payment history good. Setting reminders and alerts are always a good way to keep that payment history good. If you have a credit card and you're enduring a lot of late fees, why wouldn't you put the credit card on auto pay? Even if you set that up for the minimum payment, which I don't advise, you should always pay the statement balance. But in any event, even if you set it up for the minimum balance, you can always make an extra payment, or you can always just change it until you want to start having the statement balance auto deduct. So auto deduct is huge, along with those alerts, and you need those to keep your payment history together, because the payment history is 35%. So if you have a late payment, have a missed payment, try to get a little bit more organized when it comes to that. The big problem, I think, why credit scores are dropping is credit utilization. I think credit utilization is high. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Us you know, as a country, aren't that good with credit utilization. And once again, it's trickled down into the household. If your credit utilization is high, that could be the reason why your credit score went down. If you have too many credit cards, that could be another reason why your credit score went down. The credit utilization piece is huge. I've said it before, it used to be the 30 for 30 rule, but that's no longer the case. Right now, which they haven't narrowed it down, but I've narrowed it down for them. You want to be at 25%. So all that means is, once again, if you have a credit card that's $100, don't spend more than $25. And that's your credit utilization. Now, that rule is the same, but I said when you were building credit, it's the same for managing credit. If your credit utilization is high, that's a tell that you don't have anything in your savings. You can't put anything out. You don't have an emergency account with Fidelity. You don't have anything with Vanguard. You don't have anything that you can pull out from. If you don't, I would suggest you get you an emergency account, because you never know what may happen. Somebody might leave you out in the cold. You don't know. So you want to make sure you have that emergency account so you can always make a move if you have to. Length of credit is always huge. Maintaining that length of credit. How long have you had that card? How long have you had that credit card? Now, if it's something where you foresee, and if it's something where you want to pay something off, I'm all for paying something off. So because you're paying the interest. So it's cheaper if you have the money to pay something off, whether it be a loan, a credit card, anything like that. If you're paying a credit card, make sure they factor in your daily interest in your credit card. Sometimes when you pay off a credit card and you don't want to use it again, they'll give you a flat number. That might not be the number. Credit card interest is daily, and they have to add that on. If they don't add that on, you'll get a bill for interest that wasn't attached. Make sure that's taken care of. Your credit mix. Make sure your credit mix is in order. What is a credit mix? A credit mix is a mixture between revolving lines of credit, which is a credit card or a personal line of credit, and an installment loan, something like that. That's all the mix is. Let's not have more than two credit cards. Some people over the Christmas, and I'm thinking that's why a lot of people's credit scores have went down, because after Christmas some things may have hit. However, let's make sure we didn't go get got 4 and 5 credit cards. If that's the case, don't close the credit card. Please don't close the credit card. Pay the credit card off. Get it to zero. Just don't use it. It will go in something called informal status. It's called informal status. The company will shut that card down and it won't be a hit on your credit. We need to stop calling, getting our credit cards closed if we don't know the ramifications, what it's going to do to your credit score. Never close your credit card on your own. If you don't want to use the credit card anymore, cut the card up. Don't use it. Do not call and say, close my credit card. That's a terrible thing to do. So please, if it's something you thought about doing, something you did in the past, don't do it again. So by new credit people, so when you get new credit, that helps your score a little bit. Let's stay away from the new credit if you already got 2 credit cards. Once again, if you have more than 2 credit cards, that's a telling sign to the bureau that something is going on. You got more than 2 lines. Maybe you don't have much in your savings, or you don't, once again, have something in a Fidelity or a Vanguard, something you can pull in case of extreme emergency. That could be the case, but it shouldn't be the case. So we want to make sure we're managing our credit score at all times to keep the score up. Go back and look and see what you're purchasing. Go back and look at your debt to income. Is your debt too high? Go back and look at everything. And then once you look at it, make the adjustments you need to make. It takes time to make these adjustments. It's not overnight. But you can look through the credit, and if your credit score is dropped, I would 9 times out of 10 bet that it's credit utilization or you have too many credit cards. But once again, please do not close those credit cards. Just do not use them, so they will be an informal status. Okay? I'd like to thank everybody for watching Financial Fridays. Once again, you can catch us on YouTube. You also can catch us on Spectrum. You know the story. We're working hard to serve the community, trying to get financial literacy in order because the administration has changed. Now there's more scrutiny on credit. We have to make sure our credit is right. We have to make sure our finances is right. We have to make sure the financial literacy that we're getting is accurate. So with that being said, I want you guys to stay on point and always get the real facts.